Hello everyone, it's your boy Genius out at the range today with the Kimber Mako R7 Carbon Compact. I will get into why it's called the Carbon Compact and all of that, what I do and don't, if anything, like about it. And when I seen that Kimber had made a striker fired gun in the original R7, I'm like, what what is that? Did someone make that and Kimber just brand it? Is that one of those foreign guns that an American company branded? That's got to be what it is. No, they actually made it. And I was intrigued. So I said, it's ugly. It looks like a high point. It's too thick in the grip, but I'm going to get it anyway. See how it does on the channel. Didn't do great at all. Well, after having shot the gun, I've never understood why it did. What it has proven to me is that still today, sadly, more people care about looks and how something looks initially. I guess when you're a young man or woman, you're not going out looking for the ugliest man or woman you can find to date or marry. So maybe I get it to an extent, I suppose. But when it comes to a firearm, it should be about function, feel in the hand, carryability, all of those things. No, because the thing is when I took that gun to the range and I shot it, I couldn't believe the words were coming out of my mouth that the gun was fabulous. It shot great. It was fast. It was accurate. Had a great trigger. It was still, again, just thick through the grip. It was definitely not ergonomical. Had no way to replace the back strap or anything like that. But I didn't care because it shot so phenomenal and so accurately and so fast. And I just couldn't understand. I was trying to get my friends to come and shoot it with me so that they would go out and buy one. And even the ones that did and shot lights out with it still did not go out and buy one because it looked like a high point. They literally said that. Okay, like whatever, bro. I carried the gun a good bit. I still have it. I'm still subject to carrying it now. But admittedly, it did not feel that great in the hand. But the way it performed on the range far outweighed any problems that it may have had when it came to ergonomics, right? The side ejection looks a little weird. Maybe that makes it look like a high point as well. I think a Taurus TS9 has that same side ejection. No cuts across the top of the slide. Let me tell you something. From someone that complains constantly about loaded chamber indicators, peepholes, and just otherwise open areas in the top of the slide, just inundating the glass of your optic with GSR and oils and shavings and everything else. I've never cleaned the optic after a range session because it had GSR oil or anything on it from shooting this gun. Nothing gets on the glass of your optic. I absolutely love that. And it functioned. To date, I have over just slightly over 800 rounds through that original R7. Not a single malfunction from day one. So when they came out with this, with the more ergonomic grip, I'm like, it's got to be mine. I got to do it. So what do we have here? Carbon Compact. So apparently the grip here, other than the fact that it looks futuristic, almost alien-like, it is apparently infused with carbon fiber. I think they said the tensile strength was like 60,000 psi or something like that. Basically, you can step on it. Maybe you can run over it. I don't really know. Definitely not advising to do that. I'm definitely not going to step on mine because I did pay for this. But apparently, this grip is way stronger than your standard polymer grip, or lower, whatever you refer to it as. But it's lighter than a Glock 19 and very comparable in size. So carbon fiber, known for being light and very strong. It's infused, carbon fiber infused. The stippling or the aggression on this is just perfect. I mean, literally, it is perfect. It has these ledges on each side that act almost as a gas pedal. Don't know if that's what they refer to it as, but you know, on my SIGs, I always put gas pedals on there. That your thumb just, it's like it was made for you. It sits right there. If you're a lefty or a righty, everything on this is ambidextrous. So ambidextrous mag release, ambidextrous slide lock, and it has the ambidextrous ledges on each side and or gas pedals if that's what you're into. It does have the flared mag well here. It did come with 4 back straps. It came from the factory with the small. I did change them out. You depress a little button in the back of the mag, extended mag well here. The pin literally slides out. You remove the little pin in the mag well and the spring, slide the mag well forward, slide your back strap off and the new one back in. I did try the medium. It was just a little too big. It come with an extra small. It came with a small, it came with a medium and a large. So 4 total back straps. Basically from the slide lock up, it's the same as the original R7. It has the same tritium field orange outlined front sight. It has the white dot tritium field 2 white dot rear sight, and it is a flush mount optic ready for the RMSC shield footprint. I have the Defender CCW mounted up here, but here's where it comes home. It has the 3 slot accessory rail up here for your lights, lasers. I believe it's 3 slot. I'll verify that. I got my light on there right now. Have my TLR7A up here, but this is where it comes home. You know I'm a fan of a flared mag well, not for quicker reloads, because I don't beat the piss out of the bottom of my guns. I'm not really out here reloading like that typically. Don't know that I ever will. The magazines are 15 round magazines. It did come with 2 of them, and it does flush fit, so it does not stick out of the bottom of the mag well here at all. 2 15 round magazines. And so I like a flared mag well because I feel like it keeps your grip high and tight. When my wife held this last night in the Jeep and we picked it up at the store, she said, man, that thing feels great in the hand. And you know, she never really says things like that. And I'll tell you why. Because of how deeply cut this beaver tail here is, and the angle, no matter which back strap you put on here, the angle of the rear of this and this huge alien looking, you know, cutout underneath the trigger guard right here, just how your middle finger just falls right into that, just how deeply and oddly cut that is. And then the deepness again of the beaver tail cut there is, and then adding the flared mag well and the angle of the rear of the grip here, there's literally no way. There is no, my wife sometimes will hold a gun too low. She says, I can't hold it any higher. And you get this extreme flip if you've watched her shoot sometimes. She says, I can't hold the gun any higher. There is literally no way that anyone on the planet cannot hold this gun. It's like it was made to be held in your hand no matter what. There's no way you can't hold this gun. I don't care about your wrist strength, your hand strength. This gun was made to be held, and held with authority. Like, there's no way you can't have a proper grip holding this. It is masterful what they did with the grip, just in the backside where you'll be holding it, where it matters most, where you'll have your most recoil control and just overall grip on the gun. As mentioned, the gas pedal, the stippling, all of it is just great. It's not overdone. It's not too overly aggressive. It does not snag on your clothing. Front rear serrations, again, the top is exactly like the original R7. The trigger guard, even in the center here, does have or been dremeled out as well, and it is serrated right there. It's serrated on the front of the trigger guard, and you have this little lip at the bottom of the front of the trigger guard. If you're that person that holds the front of the trigger guard when you shoot, that'll help keep your finger purchased well on the front of that. So trigger, so they say industry leading trigger. Now, it does have the center blade safety. It does have a good bit of take up. Brakes right at 90 degrees. reset, just like on the original R7, is basically all the way back out. So you may or may not find yourself slapping the trigger. I'm not really sure. They say industry leading. Just standing here dry firing this trigger, you might would say it's not that great of a trigger, but I promise you on the range, you don't know it. The trigger seems phenomenal. No grit, just a smooth, is some take up. It never really hits a defined wall. It just kind of breaks. And again, dry firing a trigger in the store, you'd be like, oh man, that trigger sucks, dude. It doesn't come to a defined wall. Oh, that reset is way out there. Oh, that sucks, dude. Um, I cannot stand to stand around in a gun store and hear people that probably don't hardly know the first thing about a gun talk about and regurgitate stuff that they've heard on YouTube or in the gun stores about triggers. So again, it does have some take up. It never really hits a wall. It just rolls right into the break, right? Again, if you're standing around in the gun store, everyone would talk about that. Oh, that's not good. That's a horrible trigger. I hate. Nope. When you're shooting the gun, that's where it comes home. You never know it. Train around the trigger. I hate people that talk smack about a trigger. Has got to be really, really bad before I'm gonna talk smack about a trigger. I can't stand people that stand around in a gun store talking about a trigger. Now, do I mention it in the videos? Yes, but it's because people want to hear it, right? So the reset, again, all the way back out, but it is super, super audible and super tactile. You will know that it reset and is ready to be fired again. You will know that. I mean, just super loud. In a gunfight, you're probably not going to hear it, but you are going to feel it. So the trigger is fine. I have no problems with the trigger. So in the video here, you've seen some overlay of me shooting the gun. You've seen some still videos of me showcasing the gun, but I'm going to get over and do an actual full range review on the gun. I will get it on the tabletop, and I will talk more about weights. I think the overall weight on this without an optic is about 19 ounces, something like that. I believe a Glock 23 is somewhere around, I'm sorry, a Glock 19 is somewhere around 23 ounces, so lighter than a Glock 19, ergonomic. I've always said the VP9 from H&K was the most ergonomically best feeling gun in the hand. I've changed my mind about that now. This gun was made to be held, made to be pointed, made to be shot. I love this freaking gun, and so far I haven't had any issues with it, but I'm gonna get it on the range right now and gonna film a full range review showcasing accuracy, shooting with just the irons and the optic as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, it did come with a very nice bag, very nice carrying case here. I really like guns that come with a soft carrying case. MSRP on this, I believe, is $649 or something like that. I was out the door for this from a local gun shop that gives me good deals on stuff for $600. So $600 for everything that you get in this gun is a tremendous, tremendous value. And typically you don't talk about value when it comes to Kimber. So either way, totally recommend this gun. Now that it has a more ergonomic grip, go out, pick you one up. I promise you, you will not regret it. And I really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the comments. The most important thing is not how ergonomical this is, but that you know Jesus Christ is your Savior. Everything else is complete vanity. Only thing you're taking away from this life is your relationship with Jesus Christ. So make sure you have one. Make sure you know him personally as your Savior. If you do not, you can ask me in the comments section. Ask someone maybe you know. Send me an email, gsquaredtactical@gmail.com. And make sure you hit the thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. That's the only way that I can continue to stay relevant with YouTube and them showing my videos, etc., so I can continue to keep doing this. But your support is also needed and much appreciated over on Patreon. Go over there, check me out. $5 a month. It'll take a lot of those to help out, but you have to start somewhere. So your support on Patreon is much appreciated. I'll try to get some more tiers over there at some point, some exclusive content. My wife and I are trying to work on something like that now. And either way, again, thanks so much for watching. And as always, to God be the glory.